A Step into the Past Volume 11 Chapter 6. Book 11 Chapter 06, Panic. Inside the main tent. When the two men are properly seated, Chu Doqi's face tightened as he inquired, I heard Grand Tutor is making a last-minute decision to alter the journey. May I know the reason? Xiang Xiaolong thought, even King Zhuangxiang has given him a free hand to do whatever he wants, why am I being questioned by a major? He recognizes that he has no authority within the Qin army. He is at most a civil official and Lu Bui's assistant. Checking his temper, he turned the tables. Has Major Chu heard about Lord Yankin's plot against us? Chu Doqi pretended to realize what is going on and replied, if this is your concern, Grand Tutor can rest assured. Master Meng Ao has given instructions. I have deployed riders over the past 10 days to scout our surroundings. If there is anyone trailing us, I will be the first to know. Xiang Xiaolong smiled. Has Major Chu know that this travel route has been fixed a long time ago? Chu Duoqi is a smart man and knows the meaning behind this question. He answered, although the route has been fixed a long time ago, except for myself, General Lu and Grand Tutor, even Premier Lu has no idea about the details. So Grand Tutor need not worry about someone leaking out our travel route. Xiang Xiaolong wanted to tell Chu Doqi that he will do whatever he wants and it is not up to him to challenge. Ultimately, he swallowed his pride and plainly state, all we need is a spy who will leave clues for the enemy to follow us. When they find a right spot, they will ambush us. These areas near the Han border are especially dangerous. Unaffected, Chu Doqi countered, in this case, we will still be ambushed even if we change the route. They can also ambush us near the Zhao border. I suggest we stick to the old route. Even if we are defeated, we can still escape. Xiang Xiaolong curiously mentioned, Major Chu is strongly against my changing of the route. May I know the reason? This is a great move. If Chu Doqi cannot explain himself, Xiang Xiaolong can punish him for disobeying martial law. Chu Doqi was slightly taken aback. His eyes shining with anger, he coldly replied, Master Meng has given me the responsibility of ensuring the safety of Grand Tutor. I will naturally put safety as my top priority. Xiang Xiaolong was PI55ED and coldly smiled, now, I am not sure who is in charge, Major Lu or you. Earlier, he has received my command but now, you seem to disregard it. Can you explain yourself? Chu Doqi was shaken, knowing the Xiang Xiaolong is mad at him. Softening his voice, he humbly said, I dare not disobey your order, but... Xiang Xiaolong impatiently cut him off, we are crossing the river tomorrow. Have you sent someone to swim over and have a look? Chu Doqi was dumbfounded. He uttered, the rafts are not ready and the water is so cold. Xiang Xiaolong stood up in a huff and went to the opening of the tent. Jing Jun! He shouted. Jing Jun stopped his sword's duel with Meng Wu immediately. Walking over, he responded, what orders does Grand Tutor have? Xiang Xiaolong commanded, find a few brothers at once and swim opposite the river. Check on the surroundings and remain discreet. If there are any discoveries, do not alert the enemy. Clear. Jing Jun happily received the order and left to execute it. Chu Doqi lowered his head with dissatisfaction. Xiang Xiaolong's action is to highlight his inadequacy and negligence. Xiang Xiaolong was amused. They came well prepared and one of their secret weapons is the waterproof wetsuit made according to Shan Ro's specifications. He did not expect to use it so soon. Originally, he did not want to investigate what is opposite the river. He was reminded by Xiao Yuan that Lord Yangchuan may send someone to assassinate him. While bickering with this disrespectful Chu Doqi, he was inspired to use this method to put him down. Since he will not accept reasoning, Xiang Xiaolong will use hard tactics and force him to submit. Insubordination is a big military taboo. If Chu Doqi or Lu Xiang continue to create problems, he will make use of King Zhuangxiang military decree to dismiss both of them and put Teng Yi in charge. He is no longer interested to argue with this man. He icily said, "That's all. Major Chu can continue to do whatever you are doing. Except for you and Liu Xiang, not a third person must know about the route change. Violators will be dealt according to military law. Tomorrow morning, I will tell you which path to take." Chu Douqi kept quiet and stood up. Bowing to Xiang Xiaolong, he left unhappily. The sky is darkening. After Xiang Xiaolong finished explaining the reason for changing the destination to Ji Yanran marveled, "Mr. Li Si is indeed extraordinary to analyze the 6 states so meticulously. He is especially experienced with the Qi people to know about their boasting and debating culture. I did not expect there to be such a man in Premier's residence. Can Xiaolong introduce him to me?" Xiang Xiaolong understood her character and is happy to have someone chat with her. He nodded, "I will invite him later to meet you." Ji Yanran joyfully cooed, "What surprised me even more was your foresight. You intentionally got him to join our trip." Xiang Xiaolong was feeling guilty. What foresight does he possess? Zhao Qian was worried, "But hubby has informed Lady Ya and Daliang and they are waiting for us. If we go to Qi and Chu first, wouldn't they have to wait like an IDI0T for a long time?" Xiang Xiaolong bitterly smiled, "This cannot be helped. I will send Jing Jun to find them in Daliang first. When we are leaving Qi for Chu, we can meet them halfway. At most, it will be a 3-month wait." Zhao Qian thought that this is reasonable and kept quiet. At this moment, Xia Ying added some rice for Xiang Xiaolong. He smiled and asked her if the journey is manageable. The other side, Qi Ying laughed, "When we were in Xianyang City, Miss taught us to ride horses and practice archery. This trip is easy compared to what we do." Wu Tingfang smiled and proudly stated, "Under my training, these ladies are doing very well." Abruptly, disturbing noises can be heard from outside the tent. Teng Yi shouted from outside, "Third brother, please come out." Xiang Xiaolong noticed that his tone is heavy. Some time must be amiss and he dashed out from his tent. A crowd is forming near the empty area near his tent. Even Liu Xiang and Chu Douqi were present. Jing Jun had just come back from the spying and excitedly exclaimed, "Grand Tutor! We have captured an enemy soldier. Please do not hold it against me." The moment we got out of the water, we ran into this fellow relieving himself. We were forced to act. Xiang Xiaolong was traumatized. He looked over to the crowd and everyone has a serious expression on their faces. Chu Douqi face is guilt-stricken. Wu Yanzhu and Wu Shu, leaders of the 12 elite brothers, brought a man before Xiang Xiaolong and forced him to kneel down. The man is wearing farming clothes and his hands are bound behind him. Still dripping wet, his face is deathly grey due to the cold. In a deep voice, Teng Yi questioned, "Who are you?" His lips shivering, the spy lowered his head and rudely shot, "My name is Deng Jie, a Han farmer. I was just passing by. Why did you resort to force and imprison me?" Still in his wetsuit, Jing Jun countered, "Don't believe him. He is armed with a sword, a bow, and arrows. He is up to no good." Teng Yi passed a sword to Xiang Xiaolong and commented, "From the design of the sword, this man is likely to be from Yan." On his side, Xiao Yuetan exclaimed, "What?" Xiang Xiaolong was blown away as well. He did not forecast his enemy to be related to Yan. Puzzled, he thought hard and ordered, "Get him some dry clothes. I'll personally interrogate him." Wu Yanzhu and Wu Shu received the order and dragged the spy away. Xiang Xiaolong faced the onlooker soldiers and coldly snorted, "Get back to your posts and be extra alert. Will the 2 majors, please stay behind." Turning to Ji Yanran and company, he instructed, "Please wait for me in the tent." Only Teng Yi, Jing Jun, Xiao Yuetan, Liu Xiang, and Chu Douqi were left. Xiang Xiaolong simply mentioned, "If this man is really from Yan, we are in serious danger." Everyone is dead serious and kept quiet. Under the illumination of the camp lanterns, the snow continue to fall and the atmosphere is solemn. Chu Doqi gave a dry cough and kneeled down begging, I have neglected my duties and am willing to accept Grand Tutor's punishment. Lu Xiang could only helpless kneel down and beg for mercy as well. Xiang Xiaolong was glad at this turn of events. Unwittingly, he managed to put down these two men. However, they are in danger now and he cannot be as happy as he wanted. Stepping forward to help them up, he promised, as long as we work together to manage this crisis, I will not begrudge you. His underlying meaning is, if you go against me, I will make sure you regret it. Both men resembled the proud cock that has just lost the cock fight. They stood there crestfallen. Xiao Yuan advised, let's discuss further after we have interrogated Deng Ji. But if I am in his shoes, I will not confess. If I confess, it is as good as signing my own death warrant. Teng Yi smiled, leave this to me. Fortunately, the weather has just turned cold. Let me go digging in the nearby burrows to see if I can find a helper. Finishing, he left the camp, leaving everyone bewildered. As Xiao Yuan had foretold, Deng Ji refused to admit that he is a spy. Xiang Xiaolong knew Teng Yi very well and is certain that he has a good plan. He prevented Chu Doqi and the rest from torturing him and tied him in one of the tents with an elite brother standing guard. In a short while, Teng Yi returned with a cloth sack. The sack contained something soft. Everyone in the tent including Xiang Xiaolong was mystified. Only Jing Jun understood. Laughing, he left saying, let me get a small basket. Teng Yi ordered his men, get him to stand up. Wu Yanzhu and Wu Shu supported Deng Jia up on two sides. Deng Jia was horror-struck. Staring at Teng Yi holding the cloth sack in front of his face, he was also unsure about that animal moving in the cloth sack. Chu Doqi inquired, what does Mr. Teng plan to do? Teng Yi put his hand into the sack without hesitation. His well-trained hands produced a black and furry field rat. Holding the rat to Deng Jia's face, he smiled, are you confessing or not? Watching the struggling and squealing giant field rat held up by Teng Yi, even the clever Xiang Xiaolong and Xiao Yuan had no idea how this will help in getting a confession. Deng Jia arrogantly countered, I am just a farmer. What is there to confess? Xiao Yuan icily smiled, you had better confess. You have a Yan accent when you speak. Moreover, a farmer in your shoes will be frightened to death and not arrogant like you. Who are you still trying to deceive? Deng Jia heard his words and realized that he has revealed his background. He persisted, I have no idea what you are talking about. If you still do not believe me, feel free to check the Deng village opposite the river. In this instant, Jing Jun returned with the bamboo basket. Take off his pants! He cried. Everyone present was stunned. In a few quick movements, Wu Yanzhu did as instructed. Deng Jia was half naked below the waist and everyone look on. Jing Jun personally cover his groin area with the bamboo basket. Using a rope that goes behind to Deng Jia's buttocks, he secured the basket. Deng Jia was terrified, what are you trying to do? Teng Yi smiled, you will know in a short while. To Wu Yanzhu and Wu Shu, he ordered, hold him in a seated position. Everyone finally understood and was convinced that his method is 100 times more malicious than beating him up. Teng Yi lifted a cover on the side of the basket. Putting the rat into the basket, he shut the cover. As the rat was moving inside, the basket and Deng Jia started to shake violently. Deng Jia screamed, Xiang Xiaolong, you are so vicious. Squatting down, Lu Xiang questioned, how does brother Deng Jia know that he is Xiang Xiaolong? Deng Jia knew that he has let the cat out of the bag but he cannot be bothered to answer him. His eyes followed the rat as it moves around inside the basket. Among those in the tent, he has the best experience in AA interacting with the field rat. Squatting down beside Lu Xiang, Xiang Xiaolong patted his face and softly coaxed, why don't you confess obediently? Once we have your confession, we will release you after we have left. Teng Yi observed his heaving chest and advised in a deep voice, when the rat is tired of walking, it will start to look for food. Don't tell you are waiting for that to happen. Jing Jun laughed, by then it will be too late. The earlier you confessed, the higher chance your birth organ and urinating organ can remain intact. Without their hard and soft tactics, Deng Jia understood what is befalling him. Petrified, he groaned, "Get this thing away from me first." Chu Doqi shook his head, "If you do not start confessing, that thing will stay inside the basket for good." Xiao Yuan smiled, "You want to drag this further? ED0T. Either as a result of Deng Jia being scratched or bitten, he tragically shouted, "I confess. We are here on the orders of the prince. Get it out now." Xiang Xiaolong knew that he has fully submitted. He winked at Teng Yi to retrieve the rat. Frankly, he himself is afraid of the rat. If he retrieves the rat himself, all his goose pimples will pop out. Shaking his head, Teng Yi roared, "Speak." Without a choice, Deng Jia revealed everything he knows. Without a doubt, this is the fastest interrogation in the world. By the time Teng Yi took out the rat, Deng Jia is totally soaked in his own sweat and urine despite the cold weather. This AA torture strategy is truly marvelous. From his confession, Xiang Xiaolong and Teng Yi understood Yan's plot as well as the assassination of Lord Longyang outside Handan City. Yan's Prince Dan has been besieged by Lian Po in the capital city. He can only hold his fort and cannot lift the siege. He was forced to send his famed General Su Yiluan and 3,000 brave soldiers to break out of the siege. They entered Zhao secretly and hoped to create chaos to force Zhao to recall their soldiers. For a start, they tried to assassinate Lord Longyang. When that failed, they killed the Qi spy and pushed the blame to Tian Dan. When this plan failed as well, they conjured up another scheme. Prince Dan has friends all over the world. With his well-thought strategies, he has spies in every state. He heard about Xiang Xiaolong's mission to Wei and informed Su Yiluan to disguise as Zhao soldiers to kill Xiang Xiaolong. Xiang Xiaolong is representing King Zhuangxiang. If he is killed, Qin will not take it lying down. When Qin attacks Zhao, the siege of Yan's capital will be lifted. What a clever plan! Su Yiluan is a wise and capable man. On Xiang Xiaolong's journey to Wei, he deployed sentries and await the perfect opportunity. He decided to attack them as Han soldiers when they are crossing the river tomorrow. When the river crossing has failed, Xiang Xiaolong will not dare to enter Han anymore. He will have to divert his route towards Zhao. In Zhao, Su Yiluan can utilize his full army strength to ambush them. Once Xiang Xiaolong is dead, their mission will be accomplished. Everyone is frowning deeply upon hearing this news. These Yan soldiers are not in their own country and can behave recklessly. On the other hand, Xiang Xiaolong could not bear to alert Zhao and Han about their journey and create unnecessary trouble. He is very troubled about the current situation. Besides Su Yiluan, Lord Yang Chuan may have conspired with Han to destroy them. They are traveling with over 1,000 men in their party. With such a huge amount of travelers, they become an easy target for any attackers. Even escaping will be difficult. If they come across any fortifications that they can use to defend themselves, they may stay alive for the time being but will likely be trapped like a caged animal. In the end, it will be worse as they cannot visit any of the states. Xiang Xiaolong and company had a long discussion outside the tent. Nobody could think of a good idea to handle this crisis. Chu Doqi suggested, "Since we know that Su Yiluan is hiding in a mountain opposite the river, why don't we swim over under the cover of the night and eliminate them in a surprise attack?" Xiao Yuan rejected, "That is too risky. I have heard of this man. He is good at military warfare and must have soldiers spying on us in secret. The disappearance of Deng Jia will cause him to be suspicious. Moreover, their army is 3 times as big as ours. Rushing over now will only send us to our deaths." Liu Xiong's face is turning green and his lips are turning white. He quavered, "Why don't we escape at once and leave our empty tents here? By the time the Yan army discovers this, we will be long gone." Although Xiang Xiaolong hated his guts, he had to agree with his plan. Nodding, he agreed, we must definitely escape. However, we must plan how to escape. With only 1,000 soldiers, we can move pretty quickly, but it is only a river between us and them. They will catch up sooner or later. Chu Doqi nodded, no matter whether it is Zhao or Han territory that we are entering, we must be extremely careful. We must send spies to scout the roads and avoid meeting Zhao and Han soldiers. Thus, our paths will not be as smooth as we want. This will slow down our speed. An intelligent man like Su Yiluan will catch up to us very soon. Keep quiet all this while, Teng Yi suddenly spoke up, I have a suggestion. We will break up our formation and divide our soldiers into smaller groups and travel on different routes. This way, the enemy will not know which group to pursue. It will also make our escape more nimble. Everyone became quiet and digested what he had just recommended. Xiang Xiaolong concluded, this is the best way. Let's do it. The snowfall is getting heavier and heavier. The killing aura of the wilderness is becoming stronger and stronger.